Hello, beautiful starseed, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Gobind, and this is your channel for grace. Let us hop right into your astrology and tarot reading for Virgo season of summer 2021. All right, Capricorn, let's take a look at the astrology for the Virgo season that is coming up. And this is going to be very accurate if you're a Capricorn rising, but all of my messages are channeled. So make sure that you look out for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Venus, and rising, because you'll get some gems while you listen to this reading. And then for the tarot reading, that's more of the intuitive, more of the channeled message. So we will begin with the first event that happens every time that the sun moves into, or that Virgo season begins, and it is that the sun enters into the sign of Virgo. This for you is going to be happening in your 9th house. Now, the 9th house is the house of spiritual integration and also higher learning, education. It also expanding your mind, expanding your horizons. Think of this as the theme that's going to carry you through all of this Virgo season. The focus is here on spiritually integrating everything that you have been working on, practicing, getting ready for. Now you're going to start to integrate. And that's a beautiful thing to be experiencing for every time that the sun moves into Virgo. Now, the sun is going to make a T-square to the nodes on August 28th. And the nodes for you are North node is in the 6th house, South node is in the 12th. And this duality is something that has been very important for you in your life for this entire last year, all the way through the end of this year. Next year, the nodes will switch signs, but for now, they're here in these houses. This T-square is asking you, it's a very powerful challenge. Squares in general, they challenge us to evolve, basically at a very, in a nutshell, very basic level. They're challenging us to evolve. For you, this has to do with spiritually integrating everything that you've been experiencing, focusing on being here in the moment and letting go of old belief systems and the old you, so that you can more accurately or more expressively or more essentially trust your higher self. But right now, it's really important for you to focus on being here in the moment and not escaping or not trying to escape somewhere else. And this is a challenge for you to understand at a deeper level what has been going on for you, why you have been feeling the way you have been feeling for the last 12 months. Mercury enters the sign of Libra on August 29th, which means he enters into your 10th house. And that's career for you. There's a lot of focus on career. There's a lot of focus on communicating in the right way, expressing yourself in the right way, finding balance and harmony within your career, also enjoying it, because Libra energy for you is enjoyment for you. And right now we do have Venus transiting your 10th house of career. So there's abundance here. There's good luck here. She's the lesser benefic. So the career house for you in this, Virgo season, especially as Mercury transits through Libra, is going to bring up a lot of important aspects that you have to be clear enough to understand. You have to be clear enough to communicate. It will bring harmony. We will see Mercury go retrograde in Libra, but that's happening later on. But we are actually going to be focusing here for you on the fact that communication is going to be more balanced and harmonious within your house of career and within your life path. Now, on September 2nd, Mars makes an opposition to Neptune, and Mars is in your 9th house. Neptune is in your 3rd. This causes confusion. This is lack of clarity. This is not a good time to make decisions, to move forward with things. This is a time to wait it out and see what happens. Where does the clarity come in for you? How does it want to show up in your life? This duality, again, is about understanding at a higher perspective, but also understanding from right here, what's going on right here in the moment. And so if you're not clear about that, it's going to be very difficult for you to make any kind of decisions moving forward. We land at the new moon in Virgo on September 6th, which will be happening in your 9th house of spiritual integration. Again, this duality is aspected again, and it's a big theme for you this month. The 9th house, a new moon in the 9th house, especially in Virgo, is about setting intentions about how you want to organize yourself. How do you want to focus on the details right now? How do you want to organize your daily life, your schedule? Working really hard. This month is about working hard for everyone. You're working hard on understanding. You're working hard on integrating. You're working hard on expanding your mind, learning new things, seeing things from a higher perspective. Set intentions for you when it comes to how do you want to understand things? What are you doing to actually understand what's going on? What are you studying? What are you curious about? What are you learning? What new things are you learning? What do you want to learn that's new? This is what you should focus on for this intention that you're going to set for this new moon in Virgo. And then Venus enters the sign of Scorpio on September 10th, which means that she moves out of your 10th house and into the 11th. So for relationships for you, you're going to focus more on friendships. And also intensity, though, because Venus in Scorpio brings in such intense like passion, and in the shadow aspect, Venus in Scorpio can bring in jealousy and possessiveness. But think of this as during the Venus transit through Scorpio, you focus more on connecting really deeply with your friends, and also sharing yourself with the world, sharing your gifts with the world in this way that you're very passionate about and very intense about. And that's how this transit is going to be affecting you. We will see Mars enter the sign of Libra on September 14th, which means he moves out of your 9th house and into your 10th house of career. So now your drive focuses on career. However, you're going to be more focused on finding balance. You may feel a little indecisive because Mars in Libra can tend to be indecisive, can have a hard time making up its mind. But at least with the Mars transit through the 10th house, you can focus on your career house. So find the balance and find the harmony and figure out exactly what you want to do. But then don't sit there on it. Don't wait. Make the decisions. Use your kind of Capricorn, very powerful, like go-getter energy to just make it happen. On this day, the sun also makes an opposition to Neptune. So that is aspecting that same duality that I was talking about here with the 3rd and the 9th house, where you're going to see a lot happening this month. And again, confusion might come up. Not sure where you're going, not sure how to communicate, not sure if you're seeing things clearly. That's what's going to come up during that transit. But the sun will make a trine to Pluto on September 17th, and Pluto is currently in your 1st house, of course. And so this is going to be a trine to your 1st house from the 9th with the sun. This is going to be understanding about what's going on, more in-depth knowledge, seeing things from underneath the surface. So it's more about maybe getting more clarity about, okay, where am I going? How am I doing with this whole integrating myself right now, spiritually integrating, understanding new things? Where am I at with this journey? Am I actually seeing the truth, or am I not able to really fully grasp what's going on? Check in with yourself. Capricorn is, your essence. It's a very powerful part of who you are, especially for your Capricorn rising. And Pluto in Capricorn has been like running you through the grinder for sure. But you're finding your strength, and this is a powerful trine, a harmonious aspect about you finding your power and your strength within yourself, because this is just so happens to be transiting your 1st house. And then we end the month with the full moon in Pisces, which will be happening in your 3rd house of communication, channeling, expressing your truth, expressing your voice. Pisces is a very psychic sign. So this is going to activate your intuition, and it's going to help you to communicate. It's going to help you to speak. It's going to help you to also be that teacher and channel the teachings, everything that you learned, everything that you integrated. Now you're going to be able to speak about it. And the universe may be just asking you to share your story. So thank you so much for listening. Let's hop on over to the tarot and oracle so that you can get more of a message added to this, and so that we can see what your spirit guides, angels, and teachers also want to tell you about this Virgo season. All right, Capricorn, I am going to explain what these 5 cards mean. But first of all, I want to invite you to check out my essential oil line on Etsy. I'm featuring the Andromeda oil blend here on this Virgo season. I've got the aura mists as well as the roller bottles. And what these are good for, the specific one is to connect with your starseed ancestry if you are an Andromeda starseed. This is also good for liberation, surrender, non-attachment, beauty and truth, and following the lights. And the ingredients are Melissa, eucalyptus, and Hawaiian sandalwood essential oils, elderberry extract, coconut oil, and mica powder. And it's just a divine alignment with your higher self. So please go check that out on my Etsy shop. And also make sure that you download my free moon astrology guide, which will tell you what your psychic gifts are based off of your moon sign. And it'll also enter you into my email list. And I send some pretty awesome stuff. Every week I send out a moon magic report, which tells you the astrology and the horoscope for the week. There's a lot of stuff in the description, so check out the links in the description to find out more of what's happening on the channel. These 5 cards represent your intuition card, your challenge card, the overall theme, the wisdom from your starseed ancestors, and the animal spirit for the month. So we begin your reading with Wands cards, which actually, it's so crazy how the 9, the 8, and the 7 of Wands came out in a row. Now, the Wands cards are all about fire energy. It is activation. It is passion. It is moving forward with determination, moving forward with activation. So it's also about creativity. Now, the first card here is the 9 of Wands, which is the card of courage. It is also the card of persistence and the card of strength. And so these are the energies that you're beginning this season with. This is your intuition. Your intuition this month will guide you to be in your courage. So if you're being courageous, that's being in your intuition. If you're being persistent, that's being in your intuition. And if you're being in your strength, that's being in intuition for this month. And that's something, you see, it's very grounded and centered. You can see from this image, she's meditating, she's in her essence, she's very there's a foundation, she's solid, she's anchored. Yes, that's the word. Being anchored is so important for you for this month. Now, the 8 of Wands is in the challenge position. The 8 of Wands is about movement, freedom, fast-moving energies, shifts that are going on. And this can be challenging for Capricorn energy. So the challenge for you is to be able to deal with all the fast changes that are going to be coming for you. And this makes sense because if you get the 9 of Wands, which is about being grounded and courageous and persistent and being in your strength, and the 8 of Wands is the challenge, it'll bring so many fast movements that you'll need to be grounded, you'll need to be anchored in order to be able to get through whatever's coming up this month, because the overall theme is the 7 of Wands. And the 7 of Wands is competition, it is challenge, and it is struggle. So this month, although I don't like to tell you that this is the overall theme, I think that you'll be feeling some pressure, and that's what's going to happen. You'll feel pressure coming at you from all directions, specifically dealing with your motivation and your passion and your creativity. So you have to be anchored, and you have to know that things will be moving very, very quickly. So what your starseed ancestors want to tell you, some advice they want to give you, is that you're a star keeper. And your cosmic ancestor, and you have to see the light by staying grounded. How beautiful that your ancestors remind you that in order to get through sort of this energy that's coming up for you, the challenge and the overall theme is to stay anchored and to stay grounded. And the animal spirit card that you get is actually the butterfly, which reifies the message of there's change definitely here. There's transformation. You are transforming. That's what the butterfly is all about. Undergoing great change and transformation, which explains the Eight of Wands and the fast-moving energy and that being an uncomfortable thing for you. The energy of the butterfly is with us during periods of transition. So you're definitely going to be going through a transition this month. Since air is the element of the heart, this change usually involves relationships, or if you love your job, perhaps your career. Since transition is accompanied by some amount of discomfort, be extra patient and kind during this time, especially if the butterfly is you. Let solid friends and activities support you like a cocoon, committing to one daily routine, a meal, a practice, a prayer, done at the same place and time will do wonders for lifting a butterfly's spirit. How beautiful is that? So if you are balanced in this energy this month, you're going to feel cheerful and you're going to be graceful as you move through these shifts. If you're out of balance, you will feel fragile and you will feel very frustrated. So to bring to balance, set yourself up with a daily routine, which makes perfect sense for Virgo season. Set yourself up with a routine that will help you, like baby steps, get from here to there, which is your goal, which is the full transformation in a powerful and safe and secure way. Thank you so much for listening to this reading, and I will see you again next month.